Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Now in this video, I want to give you some information about situation in semantics. But before we are going to explain some information about situation in semantics, I want to introduce myself. My name is Arenulandari. Before we are going to explaining some information about situation in semantics, I want to explaining the definition of situation in semantics. Situation semantics attempts to capture the meaning of an utterance by constructing formal relation between the utterance situation, the situation that the actual utterance is made in, the discourse situation, the wider embedding situation, consisting of elements of the words in which the discourse takes place, and research situation, for example, situation in another time and place referred to by the utterance. Now, I want to explaining some the kind of situation in semantics. The first is situation in direct perception reports. Scans and other situation is about the meaning of direct or epistemically neutral perception reports. A construction illustrated in direct perception reports contrast with indirect or epistemically positive perception reports, which typically have finite embedded clauses as in. The example: Beryl saw Mariel feed the animals. The first and the second is Beryl saw that Mariel fed the animal. The second kind of situation semantic is states of affairs involves and information content. Later development in situation semantics emphasized its role as a general theory of information content. The key concept is the notion of a state of affair or infant. See the entry states of affairs. State of affairs are non-linguistic formal objects that come in various stages of complexity. See Gowron and Peters, 1990, for a brief overview. Devlin, 1991, 1991, 2006 for a more detailed exposition, and Gizenberg and Sage, 2000, for a system based on a richer ontology. The simplest kind of states of affairs consists of a relation individuals relate by the relation and a polarity and might be represented. Austinian topic situation. If Austinian topic situation play a role in grammars of natural language, there should be grammatical devices in at least some language that track them. Recent work by Edward Mackenzie 2015 has suggested that certain switch reference systems in a number of genetically unrelated languages seems to track Australian topic situation. For example, the North American linguist Kiowa Tanoan, spoken in Oklahoma, use different forms for certain sentential connective, including conjunction, depending on whether the topic situation of the conjunctions change or stay the same. Next is situation semantics and implicit domain restriction. Situation have to be posit for the exclusive need of domain restriction. In possibilistic situations, semantics research situations are the kind of entities that the evaluation of any predicate routinely depends on. Topic situation 2 are independently needed. They are the situation that assertions and beliefs are about, and they are key players in the semantics of tenses and aspect. This means that the contribution of topic and research situation to domain restriction comes entirely for free. Many instances of domain restriction can thus be explained without positing a special device. Some of the remaining cases might also be accounted for by independently attested mechanisms, including synthetic ellipsis, presupposition, projection, and conversational implicators. But there is also exaggeration, taboo-related omission, and some such. Situation variables are unarticulated constituents. An important question in situation semantics is how exactly situation enter the semantic interpretation process. Are they articulated via syntactically represented variables, or are they unarticulated constituents? Perry, 1986, Recanati, 2002. Possible mere indices of evaluation? The issue is well explored for times and possible words, entry ontology and ontological commitment. Creeple's semantic for methodologic allows quantification over possible words only in the metalanguage. See the entry modeling methodology. Situation minimality and donkey sentences. One of the most frequent uses of situation-based frameworks is in the analysis of donkey pronouns. That is, anaphoric pronouns that are interpreted as definite description. See descriptive theories of anaphora under the entry description and the entry anaphora. The situation that whenever quantifies over are then all part of donkey parody. They are precisely the substitution of donkey parody that are minimal situations in which a donkey appears. Thus, must then be situations with a single donkey in them. The claim is that all those situations are part of situation where the donkey was created enthusiastically, more formally. Verb and situation. Stative verbs like be, have, now, and love This verb allows the speaker to view a situation as a steady state, with no internal pressure and change. Moreover, the speaker doesn't overtly focus on the beginning or end of the state, even if the speaker uses a stative in the past. Stative verbs display some grammatical difference from dynamic verbs. For example, in English, progressive forms can be used of dynamic situation. Dynamic verbs can be classified into a number of types based on the semantic distinction, durative or functional, and telic or atelic, which we will discuss below. These different verb types correlate to different dynamic situation types. One possible distinction within dynamic situation type, for example, is between events and process. A system of situation types. Speakers use their knowledge of this semantic distinction, stative or dynamic, durative or functional, telic or atelic, to draw distinction of situation type.